IIhan Omar is screaming racism again because she doesn't want to answer the real question. And the real question is simple. We know no one's attacking Somalians for being Somalians. No one is saying immigrants shouldn't come here. What we are saying is if you come to America, you must assimilate. That's not race. That's not ideology. These are basic expectations for anyone who chooses this country. But here's the finer point. Whether you're Somalian, Italian, Indian, Irish, I don't care. If you're stealing billions of dollars from American taxpayers, funneling it to terror networks, you do not belong here. That's not in America. That is called criminality. The reporter asked IIhan Omar a direct and reasonable question.
Of the president's immigration policy, Stephen Miller said, on Thanksgiving Day, he posted, "No magic transformation occurs when failed states cross borders. At scale, migrants and their descendants recreate the conditions and terrors of their broken homelands." What do you make of this argument of failure to assimilate and sort of ruining America? How do you understand this?
I mean, when I think about Stephen Miller and his white supremacist rhetoric, it reminds me, yes, it reminds me of the way the Nazis described people in Germany. And, you know, as we know, there have been many immigrants who have tried to come to the United States who've turned back, one of them immigrants. We know the way that people were described who were coming from Ireland, Irish immigrants. We know the way in which people were described back then when they were Italian immigrants. And to me, you know, we're yes, of course, ethnically Somali. We are in this country as Americans. Yeah. We are citizens. We are productive. Part of...
Yes, the floor was given to this lady to address what is happening with the Somalian community. Instead of doing that, what we hear is racism, racist days, you know, white supremacy. At a certain point, when I look at this clip, this just reminded me of this kind of blame game, this kind of tactics they usually use every single time. These people are getting backlash from the black community simply because they now want to identify as them. The Somalians don't believe they are from Africa. They always want to identify themselves like the Arabs. So now this is happening. They expect people to stand up with them. There is something she was supposed to do here to address the situation. This money scam, you know, things like that. She's not doing that. It is to go after this, play the race card. That is not important at this moment.
Let me tell you something. People are not jealous of Somalis or Somalia. And Trump is right. That place is a shit hole. And for one Somali or quite a few Somalis who've come into my comments after I did my viral video calling out IIhan Omar, they have the nerve to call my country of Zambia a shit hole. Well, let me tell you something. People jump easily to go to Zambia, which is a beautiful country. In fact, Donald Trump Jr. was just recently there last month. Yes, he met up with our President Hakainde Hichilema, seen here. You can see the picture. He met up with him because Donald Trump Jr. went on a private visit. He went on he was on vacation there, and he met up with our president, and he loves going to Zambia. It's not the first time that he's been out there. If anything ever happened to me and it didn't work out for me to be here, I can comfortably and easily say I'll go home to Zambia and I would make it out there because there's a lot going on. My country of Zambia has so much potential. But nobody is jealous of Somalis. And Somalis right now, they are pissed off with Africans. They're really pissed off with us because we are not rallying behind them and we're not supporting them. The reason why we are not supporting you Somalis is because y'all are selfish people, you're ungrateful, you're haters, you're tribalistic. Nobody wants to be behind you, and you're so standoffish. And the most important thing, y'all have said you're not Africans. You said you're Somalis. You gravitate more towards Arabic, those Arabic countries. So you've distanced yourself from Africans. That is why we don't support you. Nobody wants to support y'all. Y'all are a problem. You're a big problem. You're thieves, you're liars, you're scammers. You know, nobody trusts you. And a lot of Africans are embarrassed by y'all. They don't even want to associate themselves with you guys. So the feeling is mutual. Y'all don't want to be Africans. We don't want you. We are embarrassed that you are in the African continent because y'all are an embarrassment. Your country is a slumpy dumpy hole. Nothing is going on there. Nothing. You guys have dilapidated, ruin-like buildings. You know, you've got trash everywhere. You know, nothing. And the most important thing, why a lot of Africans, they're not riding behind y'all, Somalis, is because when it came to issues like that whole Nigerians, you guys have been silent and mum. Why? Because you're fake evil.
Threat. And honestly, you should be. I would like to point out and comment on the last statement that you made in that interview, but I'd also like to correct.
Yesterday, IIhan Omar, or they call her, she had this interview. I expect them to act differently right now. But the bad mouthing is always at the top. She will badmouth, she will insult, call Trump's name. I understand she's a lawmaker. Sometimes you need to look deep beyond that politics. Your community has a problem. Sit and ask yourself, but why is this happening? That is how she should be doing right now. Not attacking, not going after people. This is just one thing with Democrats. They will always align with you. If you are wrong, they will stand with you because of their political reasons like that. But in this case, everybody is talking about this topic. It is beyond what these people are actually struggling to portray here. A lot of people are in prison right now as a result of this. ICE will never show up to your doorstep if you don't commit a crime, if you have all your documents. They call for these themselves. I have been this kind of person who always look at things differently. When this started, I didn't want to look at, because they are Africans. I don't look at things like that. I have been to different countries and I've seen how people behave there. These people, for a very long time, they have always had this mentality. Now going after Africans simply because they don't align with you is something I don't get. You call for this, right? For a very long time, when things like this are happening, you will not really see Somalians standing up, they are never there because they push themselves to the other side. Now, they have been exposed to this level. They want everybody, even if you disagree with them, to support them. I will never do that. I stand for the truth. The reason I'm able to be here on this platform for this length of time. If you are doing something thinking because we have the same color, I will stand with you, it will never work out with me. I think I'm going to end here. Please share the video. As of the short clips, that is for the white algorithm. God bless you abundantly.
Of social justice, and anyone else who dares to speak out against programs getting robbed that are meant to feed hungry children are silenced.
I do believe those of you who are interested in rewriting this part of what I call the protection party. They've done
still won about 40 points.
This let me know one thing. This ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
And that was my first instinct.
To have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's like history.
Point when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic.
He even get an off.
If the Democrats
Because how many times do somebody asks?
4.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American
give interviews, I don't do them.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama
is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well,
it happened before.
does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there,
not all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
Many were surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now...
60 minutes for editing an interview.
Come see Columbus, Ohio,